Have you ever met someone in their 90s or even 100s who still walks to the market, cooks their own meals, and greets everyone with a big smile? It really makes you wonder, how do they stay so active and happy for so long? Is growing old always about getting weak and tired? Or could it be that the real secret to a long, healthy life is actually hiding in the food we eat every day? In today's video, we're going to talk about simple, powerful foods and daily habits that people in the longest living places in the world follow. These tips are backed by science and lived by real people who are full of life, even at 100. And at the end of the video, I'll share a few special lessons from Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most loved doctor who lived to 105. You'll learn about the easy meals he ate and the small habits that helped him stay strong and happy for over a century. So grab a warm cup of tea and get comfortable. This might be the video that changes the way you eat, and maybe even how you live your life. Before we get started, tell me in the comments, what's one healthy habit you've started recently? Maybe you're walking more, eating less sugar, or adding more vegetables to your meals. Whatever it is, your story might inspire someone else who's watching right now. And if this video helps you, please tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Let's learn how to live better, together. Let's talk about the real secret to living a long and healthy life. A lot of people believe it's all about genetics. If your parents or grandparents lived into their 90s, then you probably will too, right? Well, yes and no. Genetics do play a small part, but research shows they only account for about 20 to 30% of how long we live. The other 70 to 80% comes down to something far more powerful: our lifestyle. That means the food you eat, how often you move your body, the way you deal with stress, and how connected you feel to others all play a much bigger role in your health and longevity than your DNA. And that's actually great news because, unlike your genes, these are things you can take control of starting today. Let me give you an example. In the United States, many people assume that getting older means dealing with health problems like high blood pressure, diabetes, or joint pain. It's often seen as just part of aging, but in certain parts of the world, that's not the case at all. Places like Okinawa in Japan and Sardinia in Italy are known as blue zones, where people regularly live past 100 and still enjoy an active, meaningful life. In these communities, chronic illness is rare. The elderly walk daily, tend to their gardens, cook their own meals, and rarely end up in nursing homes. Most importantly, they're happy and connected to their families and communities. So what makes them different? It starts with their diet. Their meals are simple, fresh, and mostly made from plants. They eat lots of vegetables, beans, and whole foods with very little processed food or sugar. They cook from scratch, eat slowly, and keep their portions reasonable. In Okinawa, there's even a practice called hara hachi bu, which means eating until you're about 80% full, not stuffed. This helps prevent overeating and supports healthy digestion. The takeaway here is powerful. Longevity isn't just about adding more years to your life, it's about adding more life to your years. And one of the best tools you have to do that is your fork. The good news is, you don't need to change everything all at once. Even small, simple changes in your eating habits and daily routine can make a big difference over time. So, the real question is, where will you begin? One of the easiest and most powerful steps you can take toward better health starts with something green: leafy greens. They're simple, affordable, and incredibly nutritious. These humble vegetables are a staple in the diets of the world's longest living people, and they might just be the secret to living a longer, healthier life. Let's explore what we can learn from those who've truly mastered the art of aging, well, the people living in what are known as blue zones. Imagine waking up in your 90s, feeling strong, walking to your local market, carrying groceries, and enjoying lunch with friends not as a dream, but as your everyday life. That's the reality for many in blue zones, places where people often live to 100 and beyond, staying active and mentally sharp along the way. The term blue zones was coined by National Geographic researcher Dan Buettner, who studied 5 key regions around the world where people regularly reach very old ages while remaining vibrant and independent. These areas include Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Ikaria in Greece, Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and even Loma Linda, California, in the United States. Despite being spread across different continents, the people in these regions share some striking lifestyle habits, and no, it's not magic pills or secret vitamins. Their real secrets are surprisingly down to earth. First, their diets are mostly plant-based. They eat lots of vegetables, beans, lentils, nuts, whole grains, and fruits. Meat is eaten only occasionally and in small portions, often more as a side dish than the main course. Second, they move naturally throughout the day. They don't rely on gyms or fitness apps. Their daily routines naturally include walking, gardening, climbing stairs, and doing physical tasks that keep their bodies in motion. Another key factor: strong social connections. Whether it's close-knit families, village friends, or religious groups, they're never alone. They spend time with others, share meals, and feel supported. They also live with a clear sense of purpose. In Okinawa, they call this ikigai, a reason to get up in the morning, whether it's taking care of grandchildren, working in the garden, or helping their community. And when life gets stressful, they have healthy ways to unwind, taking naps, praying, or sharing tea and stories with loved ones. Take Ikaria, Greece, for example. There, people often live into their 90s with strength and spirit. Their diet includes wild greens, chickpeas, olive oil, and red wine in moderation. They enjoy slow, home-cooked meals, take daily naps, dance at community events, and live with extended families who value and respect their elders. Now compare that to the fast-paced, often lonely Western lifestyle quick meals eaten on the go, long hours spent sitting and staring at screens, and limited social interaction. It's no wonder we tend to age faster, both in body and mind. But here's the good news. You don't have to move to a blue zone to start living like the people who do. You can create your own version of a blue zone right where you are. Start by cooking more meals at home, including more greens and plant-based ingredients. Eat slowly, enjoy your food, and share it with someone when you can. Make time for a daily walk, even if it's just around your neighborhood. Call a friend. Take a moment to breathe and relax. These small, consistent changes can make a powerful difference. And speaking of small but powerful, let's now shine the spotlight on one group of vegetables that often gets overlooked, but can work wonders for healthy aging: leafy greens. Ready to find out why they're so special? Coming up next, leafy greens. Possibly the most underrated superfood sitting right on your plate. These vibrant leaves might not grab your attention like trendy supplements or fancy powders, but they're some of the most powerful foods you can eat, especially as you age. From spinach and kale to arugula, collard greens, Swiss chard, and mustard greens, they show up again and again in the diets of people who live the longest and stay the healthiest. So, what makes leafy greens so amazing? First, they're packed with nutrients but low in calories. That means you're getting a whole lot of goodness without adding much to your waistline. They're rich in vitamin A, which supports your immune system and keeps your eyes sharp. You'll also get plenty of vitamin C to help your skin heal and stay firm, and vitamin K, which is great for strong bones and proper blood clotting. And let's not forget about fiber, something most people don't get nearly enough of. Fiber helps keep things moving in your digestive system, supports a happy gut, and can even help control blood sugar and cholesterol. That's a big deal when it comes to preventing issues like diabetes, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. But leafy greens don't stop there. They're also full of powerful plant compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin, two nutrients that are especially good for your eyes as you age. These can help protect against vision problems like macular degeneration. The best part? You don't have to make huge changes to start feeling the benefits. Just adding one serving a day can do wonders. Throw a handful of spinach into your morning scramble, toss a few leaves into your soup, blend them into a smoothie, or saute them with garlic and olive oil for a quick side dish. If you're not a fan of raw salads, that's totally okay. There are plenty of tasty ways to enjoy your greens. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for your health every day in small ways. A few bites here and there might not seem like much, but over time, they build the foundation for a stronger, healthier, longer life. Now let's explore one of the oldest ways humans have preserved food, and it's making a big comeback for good reason. We're talking about fermented foods, the gut-friendly, mood-lifting, immune-boosting heroes you might already have in your kitchen. Whether you've sipped on kombucha, had a bowl of tangy yogurt, or enjoyed a bite of kimchi, you've already tasted the ancient magic of fermentation. So, what exactly is fermentation? It's a natural process where beneficial bacteria known as probiotics break down sugars and starches in food. That may sound like something out of a science lab, but the health benefits are very real, especially as we get older. Everything starts with your gut. Inside your belly lives a bustling world of trillions of microbes, your gut microbiome. These microscopic helpers do more than just digest your food. They help your body absorb nutrients, keep inflammation in check, and defend against harmful bacteria. When your gut is in balance, you feel better overall. But when it's not, thanks to things like processed foods, stress, or antibiotics, Your body might send you signals: bloating, low energy, restless sleep, or even mood swings. This is where fermented foods can make a huge impact. Natural probiotic-rich options like plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, miso, and tempeh help restore the balance of good bacteria in your gut. They support smoother digestion, boost your immune system, and can even influence your mental well-being. Yes, your gut and brain are closely linked, a relationship known as the gut-brain axis. And more research shows that a healthy gut can help reduce anxiety, sharpen your memory, and improve overall mental focus. The best part? You don't need a ton to start reaping the benefits. Just a few spoonfuls of sauerkraut or a glass of kefir a few times a week can go a long way. If you're new to fermented foods, ease in gently and give your body time to adjust. Always go for versions with no added sugar or artificial additives to keep things clean and effective. Because here's the truth: when your gut feels good, everything else tends to follow. Better mood, better energy, better health. It all starts inside. And while we're on the subject of feeling your best, let's spotlight a food group that fuels your energy, feeds your heart, and could quietly add years to your life: whole grains. Think about the grains in your day: the toast in the morning, the sandwich at lunch, or the pasta at dinner. Grains are everywhere. But here's the catch: not all grains are built the same. The choice between whole grains and refined ones may seem minor, but it makes a massive difference to your long-term health. So what are whole grains exactly? Think brown rice, quinoa, oats, barley, bulgur, and whole wheat. These grains still contain all three layers of the seed: the bran, germ, and endosperm. That means they're packed with natural fiber, B vitamins, antioxidants, iron, magnesium, and other vital nutrients. Refined grains like white bread, white rice, or regular pasta go through heavy processing. They lose the bran and germ, and with them, most of the nutrients. What you're left with is mostly starch, fast-digesting carbs that spike your blood sugar and offer little else. Why does this matter? Because fiber is a game changer. It supports digestion, balances blood sugar, helps lower cholesterol, and keeps you feeling full longer, which can help with weight control. And that's not all. People who eat more whole grains have a lower risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and even certain types of cancer. So how do you bring this to the table in real life? Simple swaps. Trade sugary cereal for steel-cut oats with berries and nuts. Replace white rice with brown, wild, or black rice. Try whole wheat pasta, or mix in ancient grains like farro or millet into your salads and sides. You don't have to be perfect. It's not about cutting every refined grain out overnight. It's about upgrading your choices little by little. Every small shift adds up. Here's something to remember: the more whole your food is, the more whole and energized you'll feel. Whole grains deliver slow, steady fuel for your body and mind. A kind of nourishment that supports not just how you feel today, but how you'll age tomorrow. And just when you thought we were done, there's one more ingredient that stands out in almost every longevity diet. Not just for its rich taste, but for its deep healing power. Let's take a moment to appreciate one of the most powerful, yet simple ingredients that can transform your health: olive oil. This golden elixir has been a cornerstone in the diets of people from the world's longest living regions, especially around the Mediterranean. Whether it's drizzled on salads in Sardinia or stirred into hearty stews in Greece, olive oil is far more than a flavor enhancer, it's a health powerhouse. What makes it so extraordinary? It starts with its fat profile. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that helps lower harmful LDL cholesterol while raising protective HDL. That balance makes it a strong ally for your heart, reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. But the benefits go even deeper. Olive oil contains potent antioxidants called polyphenols, which help combat inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest factors behind aging and chronic disease. These compounds act like cellular bodyguards, defending your tissues and keeping your body functioning smoothly. But olive oil doesn't just stop at heart health. It's also incredibly nourishing for the brain. Studies have shown that diets high in olive oil, such as the Mediterranean diet, are linked to a lower risk of Alzheimer's and age-related memory decline. The same antioxidants that protect your blood vessels also support mental clarity, focus, and cognitive longevity. To get the most out of olive oil, choose extra virgin. It's the least processed and retains the most nutrients and flavor. Store it in a dark glass bottle, away from heat and light to preserve its potency. And while olive oil isn't meant for high-heat cooking, it's perfect for dressings, roasting, drizzling over vegetables, or mixing into dips and soups. Some even follow the advice of long-lived health pioneers like Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, who famously took a spoonful of olive oil in his orange juice every morning and lived healthily past 100. The beauty of olive oil lies in its simplicity. It's a small change with big ripple effects, supporting your heart, your brain, and your long-term vitality. So the next time you reach for cooking oil, choose the golden one that stood the test of time. A few thoughtful drizzles a day could become one of the smartest habits you ever adopt. Now let's dive into some of the smallest foods on the planet that pack a big punch when it comes to boosting longevity: nuts and seeds. These tiny nutritional powerhouses are often underestimated, but they hold tremendous benefits for your long-term health. If you're on the hunt for a snack that nurtures your heart, brain, and bones, a small handful of almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, or pumpkin seeds might just be the answer. So, why are these bite-sized foods so extraordinary? To start, they're packed with healthy fats, especially omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation and safeguard your cardiovascular health. Walnuts, in particular, shine for their brain-boosting benefits. On the other hand, almonds and sunflower seeds are loaded with vitamin E, an antioxidant that helps protect your skin and immune system. These foods are also rich in plant-based protein, which is crucial for maintaining muscle mass, especially as we age. Let's not forget about their fiber content. Fiber helps with digestion, balances blood sugar levels, and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. Research also backs up the claim that those who incorporate nuts and seeds into their daily diets face a reduced risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Just a small portion each day can yield noticeable benefits over time. But here's something important to remember: moderation is key. Due to their calorie density, it's best to enjoy nuts and seeds in small amounts, about an ounce or 2 tablespoons of seeds a day. For maximum nutrition, try to opt for unsalted, unroasted varieties. A great tip, especially for older adults, is to soak your nuts and seeds overnight. This not only makes them easier to digest, but may also enhance the absorption of their nutrients. In the grand scheme of healthy eating, nuts and seeds might seem small, but their impact on longevity is huge. However, while it's important to think about what we add to our diets, we also need to consider what we might want to take out. Let's explore the hidden dangers of added sugars and processed foods, and why cutting back on them could be one of the most powerful steps you take for your health. Sugar and processed foods are the silent culprits when it comes to healthy aging. Everyone experiences cravings every now and then: a sweet treat with coffee, a slice of cake at a celebration, or chips during movie night. While an occasional indulgence is perfectly fine, what many of us don't realize is how much added sugar and processed food have stealthily crept into our everyday diets and the negative impact they have on our health as we grow older. Starting with sugar, too much of it can lead to blood sugar spikes and crashes, which put unnecessary stress on your body and, over time, can result in insulin resistance, a major contributor to type 2 diabetes. But the dangers don't stop there. Excess sugar accelerates the aging process through a process called glycation, where sugar molecules bind to proteins in your body, creating harmful compounds known as AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These AGEs damage collagen in your skin, stiffen your blood vessels, and are linked to inflammation and age-related diseases such as dementia and arthritis. Then there are processed foods, things like packaged snacks, frozen meals, deli meats, sugary drinks, and fast food. These foods are often loaded with refined grains, unhealthy fats, sodium, and preservatives, and stripped of nutrients. They're crafted to keep you eating more without actually feeling satisfied. Over time, consuming these kinds of foods can drain your energy, cloud your thinking, and increase your risk of heart disease, digestive issues, and weight gain, all of which negatively affect your overall quality of life. The good news is, you don't have to be perfect. Just start by being mindful of what you're eating. Begin by reading food labels carefully, keeping an eye out for hidden added sugars, especially in foods you might not expect, like yogurt, salad dressings, or even granola bars marketed as healthy. Try swapping sugary drinks for infused water or herbal teas, and replace ultra-processed snacks with fresh fruit, a handful of nuts, or plain yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Most importantly, remember that it's not about completely cutting out treats. It's about making better choices the majority of the time. As we've seen, what we remove from our diets can be just as important as what we add. But living a long, vibrant life isn't only about food. It's also about how you live, how you move, and how you nurture your connections with others. Let's shift our focus beyond food and dive into the lifestyle habits that not only promote a longer life, but also enhance the quality of every single day. While diet plays a crucial role in longevity, it's just one piece of the puzzle. To truly understand how people in blue zones and others who age gracefully manage to stay vibrant and healthy well into their 90s and beyond, we need to examine how they live, not just what they eat. From regular movement to restful sleep and strong social connections, these everyday habits play a significant role in keeping the body and mind youthful. It's the way these individuals structure their lives, how they engage with their communities, and how they prioritize well-being that makes all the difference. Let's begin with movement. In longevity hotspots like Okinawa or NCOA, you won't see many people hitting the gym for heavy lifting or intense workouts. Instead, you'll find natural, low-impact activities seamlessly integrated into their daily routines. Whether it's walking to the local market, tending to a garden, or stretching in the warmth of the morning sun, these gentle movements play a big part in their health. This consistent activity helps keep the joints flexible, muscles strong, and the heart in top shape. Plus, it contributes to better posture, balance, and independence, elements that become even more crucial as we grow older. Even something as simple as a 20-minute walk after dinner can aid digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and give your mind a moment to unwind. Now let's dive into sleep. For many, sleep is seen as optional, something we sacrifice to get more done. But the truth is, quality sleep is crucial for healing the body, refreshing the mind, and keeping the immune system in top shape. People who enjoy long, healthy lives tend to align with nature's cycles. They rise with the sun, rest when their bodies signal fatigue, and steer clear of screens or stressful thoughts late into the night. Think of sleep as your body's natural reset button. If you find yourself struggling with rest, try incorporating relaxing rituals before bed. Consider herbal teas, gentle stretching, soothing music, or simply dimming the lights an hour before sleep. Now, let's explore the power of connection. Humans are inherently social creatures. Across every blue zone, from Greece to Costa Rica, older adults are deeply embedded in their communities. They live with family, meet regularly with friends, and find meaning through their connections. Sharing a laugh, enjoying a meal together, or simply having someone check in on you has more impact than many of us realize. Research shows that loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking or obesity, significantly increasing the risk of premature death. So stay connected. Whether it's a chat with a grandchild, a stroll with a neighbor, or participating in a local group, your heart, mind, and soul will reap the benefits. Here's the simple truth. Living a long life isn't just about surviving, it's about truly thriving. Few individuals exemplified the essence of longevity as deeply as Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most beloved longevity expert. Living to 105, he inspired countless generations with his simple yet profound approach to life. Let's take a look at his story and the valuable lessons he left us. In Japan, there's a saying, "Living long isn't the goal. Living well is." Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara epitomized this mindset better than anyone. A highly respected physician and longevity authority, he lived a full and meaningful life well into his 105th year. Even in his later years, Dr. Hinohara continued to write books, give lectures, and motivate millions with his wisdom, vitality, and sense of purpose. At the age of 101, he even traveled to New York to deliver a lecture in person. So, what was the secret behind his extraordinary health and vitality? His philosophy toward wellness was refreshingly simple and kind. Each morning, his breakfast was modest. Just a cup of coffee, a glass of milk, some orange juice, and a spoonful of olive oil. This wasn't about taste, but about heart health and maintaining youthful skin. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most cherished longevity expert, lived a full and vibrant life until the age of 105, leaving behind an inspiring legacy. His daily habits weren't just about what he ate, but about how he approached life itself. Dr. Hinohara's diet was simple and modest. He often skipped lunch, or if he did eat, it was just a small snack like a few biscuits with milk. His dinners were light, consisting mostly of vegetables, rice, and a small portion of fish or lean meat. Twice a week he allowed himself a little indulgence, a small piece of dark chocolate. However, Dr. Hinohara's true secret wasn't just his food choices, but rather the way he lived. Studies have shown that loneliness can increase the risk of early death as much as smoking or obesity. That's why staying connected with others is so important. Whether it's a chat with a grandchild, a walk with a neighbor, or joining a local community group, nurturing these connections supports not only your heart and mind, but your spirit as well. The key takeaway here is that living a long life isn't simply about surviving. It's about thriving and feeling truly alive. And few understood that better than Dr. Hinohara. Dr. Hinohara famously shared his wisdom, saying, "If you want to live a long life, avoid being overweight and don't wear yourself out trying to follow rigid routines. Instead, focus on what makes you feel alive." His message underscores an important truth. Longevity isn't about striving for perfection. It's about embracing joy, purpose, and human connection, gradually cultivating small habits that add up over time. Whether it's enjoying a vibrant green salad, taking a walk with a loved one, or appreciating the warmth of the morning sun, every decision counts. And as Dr. Hinohara demonstrated, growing older shouldn't be something to dread. It's a chance to live life fully. Now that we've explored 10 impactful ways to live a longer, more fulfilling life, let's wrap up with a gentle summary and an invitation to take the first step on this journey. Let's quickly revisit the key points. Choosing whole, natural foods such as leafy greens, whole grains, nuts, and fermented items. Embracing heart-healthy habits like olive oil and cutting back on sugar and processed foods. Staying active, ensuring restful sleep, nurturing your social bonds, and finding purpose in the small, everyday moments. And of course, drawing inspiration from Dr. Hinohara's extraordinary life, whose simple yet effective daily practices allowed him to enjoy life until the age of 105. Remember, you don't need to make all these changes at once. Start small. Maybe you'll begin with switching to brown rice or calling a long-lost friend. Perhaps it's increasing your intake of greens or simply drinking more water. The beauty of health lies in taking gradual steps. Your journey toward living longer and better starts today. Health isn't a race, it's more of a flow. Every day you have the opportunity to nurture both your body and mind in a kind, rejuvenating way. By making these choices, you're building a future that feels lighter, brighter, and more vibrant. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you plan to focus on this week? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you think someone you care about might benefit from this message, don't hesitate to share it with them. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of inspiration for better health. Thank you for being here. Here's to living with purpose, joy, and vitality at every stage of life. We'll catch you in the next video.